Uber is taking another hit, this time in the form of a lawsuit. Google's self-driving car project, Waymo, is taking action, accusing the ride-sharing app of trying to steal trade secrets for vehicles like the one you see right here. Waymo claims an employee downloaded thousands of confidential files, then quit to start his own self-driving truck company, which was eventually bought by Uber. Uber says it is taking these allegations seriously. Uber has suffered setback after setback here in Asia, including a run-in with Taiwan's government and its sell-off in China. It's also struggling in the world's second-largest country, India, with its main rival, Ola, offering unique and innovative services. Its founding partner has some unsolicited advice for Uber: go local. I recently sat down with Pranay Jivrajka in Bangalore to find out why Ola is so popular and how it can keep on growing.
I think it has been a phenomenal journey so far, but having said that, I mean, we do more than 1 million rides every day on an average. Wow. But we are still scratching the surface, given the opportunity in India is humongous.
There's so much demand in India, but you need to get more drivers. So where are your drivers coming from, and are they getting the skills training they need to be able to use your app and also know the roads?
We need drivers, skilled drivers who can actually do this job. And now we have partnered with a lot of training institutes across India who can actually give us these 30-day program or 25-day program for these fresh young citizens who can actually become drivers and take this training and become entrepreneur with their own cars. So just to give you a context, our driver app, the smartphone and the app that the driver uses, operates in more than 9 languages. So if a driver is coming from Karnataka and he's not conversant and fluent with English, we can educate him with basic English to communicate with customer and understand what the customer is saying. But he would be more comfortable when the app is in his own native language. So that is like one of the adaptations that we have done.
Yeah, on the Ola app, you have this menu of options, and there are just under a dozen different modes of transportation you could pick from to use your service in India, including the auto rickshaw. And I see that as sort of an example of local spice, right? Something that you would only find in India. Do you feel that because you are a local player, that you are better able to identify and quickly capitalize on local spice?
What has helped us is having an ear to the ground in terms of understanding what the users want, and at the same time, Ola is a very inclusive platform. So all forms of mobility which can take you from point A to point B is something that we aspire to bring onto the Ola platform. And that is where you see the auto rickshaws or the tuk-tuks, the shuttle services, the bike service, the small cars, the big cars, cars with an in-car entertainment system, and a lot more.
Uber in Asia has been struggling. They had to throw in the towel in the China market. They had to suspend service in Taiwan. Do you think part of their struggles is due to the fact that they are not a local player?
I believe to a large extent, yes. One of the things that I see is that they have a very cookie-cutter approach in terms of this is what the model is and how do I force fit it into any geography that we go in, versus building it grounds up in terms of what the users and drivers actually want and what are the local nuances and contextualizations required to build business in a faster and a more accelerated pace.
A couple years ago, you launched Ola Money, your digital payment service. How much of the payments from your customers is being done with cold hard cash versus Ola Money?
Ola Money started as a convenience product for the user, because we wanted the users to walk out of the cab without being troubled with the hassle of change. But then since then it has evolved into a full-fledged wallet where you can do a lot more with Ola Money, and not just on the Ola platform. You can pay your utility bills, you can do a lot of online merchant transactions, a lot of offline transactions is what we can do with Ola Money. And today we see more than half of our transactions, significantly more than half of our transactions on the Ola platform are using Ola Money.
The future of Ola, just 5 years, 10 years out, do you see that Ola will continue to be a ride-sharing company or digital payments company or logistics company or something else? What's your overall vision?
What we aspire Ola to become in the coming few years is one of the building blocks of the internet economy in India, which would include a host of these things that you mentioned, how seamless can payments be for users, how scalable the solutions could be in terms of the technology stack that we have, how can we make it adaptable to different needs, which could be deliveries, which could be expanding into new geographies. So yeah, I think it's about how do we cater to a host of use cases and offerings using the backbone of technology and ensure a seamless and always improving experience for users and drivers, and how to make it more effective.
And that was Ola founding partner Pranay Jivrajka speaking with me in Bangalore on the sidelines of CNN's Asia Business Forum that took place there. Now, it's also worth noting here that Uber has declined to make any comment on Jivrajka's suggestion that it ditch the one-size-fits-all approach. Coming up right here on Newsstream, CNN Freedom Project explores what would the impact be if children were able to recognize the signs of human trafficking and to speak up when it's happening. We'll visit a London elementary school that is teaching children just that. Stay with us.